Recently, Japan Prime Minister visited India, state visit. Of course, they talk about infrastructure investments, corporate investments, so on and so forth. But the main point we all know is Japan, on behalf of the US, try to get India to help out in the Indian Oceans to give China some troubles, difficulties, so on and so forth. But we all know it is not that easy. Hi, Leslie Koo here. If you look at the area, it is not easy for Japan to to convince or to request India to help them in terms of their efforts to contain China. Well, first of all, India is, you can see that it's not circulated, it's on both sides, surrounded by China allies. The one side is Myanmar and Bangladesh, while on the other side is Pakistan. So all these are allies of China, and on top of that, they are using Chinese weapons. So in a way, these three countries kind of is more than just economic partnerships. It's military partnerships. So it's another level up. So it is not easy to break this, because if you invest in the weapons of another country, the relations will go far away, or will last very long, because unless you just chunk those weapons aside and then buy a new set of weapons from the US or from Japan, so on and so forth. So it is not easy for India to deal with the allies, because it is also how should I put it? India must be wary of these allies of China, the neighbors, Indian neighbors. If it's trying to make things difficult for China, the ripple effect will also affect these countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. And they're not likely to sit still and say that, well, you're not going to do that, because it affects us as well. So that's why it's not easy for India to, with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, on both sides. It's not easy for India to create troubles to China on behalf of Japan and the US. So this is one thing. And on top of that, India, it is not easy to get India to do whatever you want. It wants something back as well. So that's why you can see that there are investments, foreign investments, loans, so on and so forth, maybe weapons, all these things that India needs. Japan is going to, must be prepared to give, or the US must be prepared to give. Now, we know that India is is very good in balancing, between China and the US. So yes, the US and Japan can throw in a lot of goodies for India to help. But India is not to go all the way to choose sides, because China is its neighbor. and with Pakistan, especially Pakistan next to it, it will, for its benefits, the best option is to balancing between China and the US. Right? It's definitely not going to choose side, especially when India is one of the main member of BRICS. So, the US and Japan can ask India for whatever they want. And I don't think India is going to give so easily. And even if India is willing to create some ripples or hiccups whatsoever, the impact on China is likely to be limited. So whatever happened in the Bay of Bengal, as I mentioned in my previous video, that China can access Bay of Bengal and Indian Oceans without going through the Strait of Malacca via Myanmar, the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor, and then they will have deep sea ports for China Navy, the battleships, so on and so forth, to be there to protect the China cargoes. And of course, India is not happy about it, but, well, life is life. So in a nutshell, Japan and the US can ask for India's help. They can give whatever India needs, whatever it is. But India is going to, on the balancing scale, no balance between the US, China. No, I'm not going to choose side. So I will try to be friends with both sides, with US and China. So I think this is, and I strongly believe, and based on what I have read, the other countries, when other countries deal with India. So that's why I see that it is not going to be huge movement like send a missile over Himalayas and hit China. No, India is not going to do that. India will continue to balance China and the US. So I'm not sure how much return that the US and Japan can get by engaging India. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.